Black Swan is a 2010 American psychological horror thriller film directed by Darren Aronofsky. The screenplay was written by Mark Heyman, John McLaughlin, and Andres Hines, based on an original story by Hines. The film stars Natalie Portman, Vincent Cassel, Mila Kunis, Barbara Hershey, and Winona Ryder. The plot revolves around a production of T. Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake Ballet by the New York City Ballet Company. The production requires a ballerina to play the innocent and fragile white swan, for which the committed dancer Nina is a perfect fit, as well as the dark and sensual black swan, which are qualities better embodied by the new rival Lily. Nina is overwhelmed by a feeling of immense pressure when she finds herself competing for the part, causing her to lose her tenuous grip on reality and descend into madness. Aronofsky conceived the premise by connecting his viewings of a production of Swan Lake with an unrealized screenplay about understudies and the notion of being haunted by a double, similar to the folklore surrounding doppelgangers. Aronofsky cites Fyodor Dostoevsky's The Double as another inspiration for the film. The director also considered Black Swan a companion piece to his 2008 film The Wrestler, with both films involving demanding performances for different kinds of art. He and Portman first discussed the project in 2000, and after a brief attachment to Universal Studios, Black Swan was produced in New York City in 2009 by Fox Searchlight Pictures. Portman and Kunis trained in ballet for several months before filming began. Black Swan premiered as the opening film for the 67th Venice International Film Festival on September 1, 2010. It had a limited release in the United States starting December 3, 2010, and opened in wide release on December 17. Upon release, it received critical acclaim with particular praise toward Aronofsky's direction and the performances of Portman and Kunis. It was also a commercial success, grossing $330 million worldwide against a $13 million budget. The film received 5 nominations at the 83rd Academy Awards, including for the Best Picture, with Portman winning Best Actress, and 4 nominations at the 68th Golden Globe Awards, including for the Best Motion Picture Drama, with Portman winning Best Actress. Now, let's see what happens in this movie. Nina Sayers is a 28-year-old who lives with her overprotective mother and dances with a New York City ballet company. The company is opening the season with T. Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake. After forcing prima ballerina Beth McIntyre into retirement, artistic director Thomas Leroy announces he is looking for a new dancer for the dual roles of the innocent and fragile white swan Odette and the sensual black swan Odile. Nina auditions for the roles and gives a flawless performance as Odette but fails to embody Odile. The following day, Nina asks Thomas to reconsider her role. When he forcibly kisses her, she bites him and runs out of his office. Later that day, Nina sees the cast list and discovers to her surprise she has received the lead roles. At a gala celebrating the new season, an intoxicated Beth accuses her of sleeping with Thomas for a promotion. The following day, Nina hears Beth was hit by a car. Thomas believes Beth was committing suicide. During rehearsals, Thomas tells Nina to observe a newcomer, Lily, who has a physical resemblance to Nina but also an uninhibited quality Nina lacks. Nina hallucinates a doppelganger more and more frequently and finds scratch marks on her own back. One night, despite Erica's objection, Nina accepts Lily's invitation to go out for drinks. Lily offers Nina an ecstasy capsule, saying it would help her relax. Nina turns it down, but Lily spikes her drink with the powder. Under its influence, Nina flirts with men at the bar and Lily as well. The two dance at a nightclub and return to Nina's apartment late. After arguing with her mother, Nina barricades herself in her room and has sex with Lily. She wakes up the next morning alone, still locked in her room from inside, and late for the dress rehearsal. Upon arriving at Lincoln Center, Nina sees Lily dancing as Odile and confronts her about their night together. Lily denies going home with Nina and taunts Nina for having a sexual fantasy about her. Nina is unsure if the sexual encounter was a hallucination. After learning that Thomas has made Lily her alternate, Nina's hallucinations grow stronger and her injuries increase. On opening night, her mother tries to prevent her from leaving, and Nina fights her. After jeering that her mother was never promoted above the corps, she leaves. As Nina is late, Lily is already prepped to replace her. Nina confronts Thomas, who is so impressed by her newfound confidence that he allows her to take back her roles. Toward the end of the second act, Nina is distracted by a hallucination and loses her stability. Prince Siegfried drops her on stage. She returns to her dressing room and finds Lily preparing to be Odile. As they argue, Lily transforms into Nina. The two fight, breaking a mirror. Nina stabs her doppelganger with a large piece of glass from the mirror, killing her. The body reverts to Lily. Nina hides the body in the bathroom and returns to the stage, where she loses herself and dances flawlessly as Odile. Amidst a standing ovation from the audience, Nina surprises Thomas with a passionate kiss and returns to her dressing room. As Nina puts the Odette costume and makeup back on, there is a knock at her door. She opens it to see Lily alive and well. Lily apologizes and congratulates her, then leaves. Confused, Nina sees the mirror is broken, but the towel she used to mop up blood is clean. She looks down and pulls a shard of glass from her abdomen, realizing she stabbed herself. Not Lily. Nina dances the last act, which ends with Odette throwing herself off a cliff and Nina landing on a mattress behind the scenes. The theater erupts in applause while Thomas, Lily, and the others gather to congratulate Nina, who remains lying on the mattress. Thomas sees the blood spreading at her waist and shouts for help. He asks Nina what happened to her. Nina calmly replies that her performance was perfect as the screen fades to white.